why did you choose to become a signing agent?
I decided to become a signing agent because I'm so close to retirement, looking at a year out, and I want to look at what my next chapter is going to bring me. I've been thinking about this for a while, and I've been scared. I've been, thinking of different options, different things to do, and that next chapter. Now I know for a fact this is it. This is what I want to continue to do for years to come.
Episode of On the Road with the Loan Signing System. Here with signing agent Luisa. Now, signing agent Luisa's story is super amazing because she's full duty active military. So she's a part-time signing agent, active duty military. And I just want to start off by saying thank you so much for your service, Luisa.
Thank you, Mark. Appreciate it. Glad to be here.
I'm so proud of you. And what I want you to inspire today is, like there's so many amazing men and women who serve this country who obviously, could use another part-time income, especially in our times now. It's like, I don't even, whether you're full-time active duty military or you're just an American, who couldn't use an extra couple $1,000s a month? So with that being said, let's get people juiced up right now and excited. How much money are you making part-time right now as a loan signing agent?
Well, Mark, I've been doing this since middle of April timeframe. So I've started, since I'm active duty, I still have my responsibilities on a daily basis. So I'm pretty much doing it after work or during the days off that I have. So far for the month of June, I am due to make about $2,500.
$2,500. Another part of this amazing inspirational story, you've only been a signing agent for 3 months. And so you've been able to scale this from zero to $2,500 in 30 days in your third month as a signing agent.
Correct.
And how does when I say that, how does that make you feel?
Oh, I feel great. I feel proud. I feel like I want to go for more. I'm setting up my goals, to double that amount for the month of July. So I'm just trying to, in my mind, I'm running the numbers. What do I need to do to be ready for the next month? What do I need to do? And I just want to keep growing.
I love it. I love it. I love it. Like I said, she is active duty military. What branch do you serve in?
I'm in the Navy.
And Navy. Again, thank you so much for your service. As you know, I'm in San Diego. We have a huge Navy community, and so I'm super supportive of military, former, past, and present, and future. So thank you so much just for your service, and I'm so excited. Hopefully, we can get another service member to get into this amazing industry. So let's take people through your personal journey. So not only are you active duty military, you've been in the service for 19 years.
Yes, that's correct.
That's amazing. Thank you again so much for your service. And I'm going to say that 40 million times just for that.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
But let's get people really inspired about your journey. And maybe even we can inspire some current active duty military people. Because I think your story is really cool and it's really heartfelt and very vulnerable. So let me ask you a question that I ask every single one of you successful signing agents is, why did you choose to become a signing agent?
I decided to become a signing agent because I'm so close to retirement, looking at a year out, and I want to look at what my next chapter is going to bring me. What is that next chapter going to look like? So I'm definitely, I've been thinking about this for a while, and I've been scared. I've been, thinking of different options, different things to do, and that next chapter, what's coming? It's 20 years is a long time doing one thing, but it's all about doing something different and something that's going to make me successful. And also a way to set up an example for my children. I have 2 teenage, a boy and a girl, and I believe in setting an example for them as well. So it's very important, the next chapter.
Well, it's funny is I think, a lot of people don't realize that, active duty military spend 20, 25 years, but you're still a young lady, right? There's still so much more work life in you. And to think that you have to reinvent yourself after only doing one thing, frankly, if I can be honest with you, seems a little daunting. And I think you said it best 20 seconds ago is that you're scared. Talk through that and I asked you to talk through it because I'm sure there's other active duty military who are about to retire as well from amazing service to our country, who might have some of the feelings that you're about to share. But even if they're not active duty military, I mean, people want to reinvent themselves regardless what industries they're in, right? And so that reinvention period just seems a little overwhelming. You use the word scary. Talk about your feelings so people know that they're not alone.
Yes, Mark. Pretty much anybody that's been in the military, anybody that's human has had these emotions of being scared, feeling insecure. I just gotta say, it's normal. It's okay to feel it, but you still have to go beyond that feeling and just give yourself the opportunity to do something new, go to that next level. Even if you have the feelings, because the feelings are going to be there. It's not a matter of what you feel, it's a matter of what you do with that feeling. So that's important. So that's definitely advice that I would give anybody, especially of course anybody that's in the military and is getting ready to transition. I understand a lot of times there's a lot of fear that we may have, because like you say, we're used to just doing one thing for 20 years. There's so much more to do out there. So it's important to just be willing to try something new. And in this case, I mean, this was a great decision for me. I'm extremely happy. And I just want to say that anybody that wants to give it a try, absolutely. I mean, go for it. It's scary, but it's okay. You're going to be very happy that you made the decision and take the risk. Yes.
I thank you again for being so vulnerable, and you know, I love how you're speaking to another active duty military who may be coming on the end of their service to the country. What is it like trying to make that decision of what's next?
Well, that's a good question. What is it like? I don't know. It's so many different feelings in there. So many, the insecurity, the fear, the fear of the unknown, the fear of the unknown. Gosh, that's a good question. I'm like, wow, so many emotions that I have going through my brain right now that it's hard to even put into words, because the emotions, I just feel so many things right now. Wow, just the unknown, just not knowing. You just pretty much you just gotta give yourself a chance to try something different. In this case, the signing business, it's just such a good business. I mean, you have so much potential, so much growth. It's unlike a lot of things, because honestly, before this, I've been always thinking, like, what am I going to do? What am I going to do next? And nothing was clicking, nothing was like, okay. And obviously everybody has different goals on what they want to do. There's people that want to continue doing the 9 to 5 for the next 20 years or 30 years, and that's fine. My personal preference, I want to have more control of my time so that I'm here more for my children, so that I can spend more time with them. And I want to see me having more time for me as well. So that's my, my motivation. And everybody has different motivations as well, of course. But that's just my personal preference. Yeah, that's why I wanted to do this, just to grow, and I can see. I mean, there's so much more that I have to do, but I'm super happy right now. I really am right now with where I'm at.
You're 3 months in, making $2,500 a month, only working nights and weekends. This is incredible, But I think, again, thank you so much for being honest and vulnerable at this moment. Mm-hmm. I mean, I honestly don't know what it's. The feeling must be very unique about only knowing one thing, and then for 19 years, and like in 1 year, like, you're on your own, figure out what to do. And so that feeling must be just crazy. You must have some people asking you to stay in the military, right? Obviously the military.
Absolutely.
Talk about that and kind of covering over those conversations.
Absolutely. I mean, I have that option of staying in at least 2 or 3 more years. And getting to the point of making the decision to retire next year was not an easy one. And it was actually the reason that I made that decision was after I started doing this. Mm. And that's what gave me, I felt more secure to be able to say, let's do it. Because now I know for a fact that I'm going to be okay, that this is the next chapter. I know that now. If you had talked to me about 4 months ago, I wouldn't have said this. But now I know this is it. This is what I want to continue to do for years to come. I know in my heart that it's like I'm sure that it's okay, that it's gonna work out, no doubt. So that's huge for me, definitely.
my eyes are watering up like this. That was amazing. I didn't realize that becoming the loan signing agent was such an integral part of your decision of retiring, because, you know, you were scared of not knowing what to do after you get out. Was I actually going to be able to make something of myself? Was I going to be able to have my own business? Because you made it loans, because you're a signing agent, you now have the confidence that your future is bright. Your future is ready. You know exactly what you're going to do in 1 year's time. There's no bone about it. Your confidence is almost high. And I feel so good. It's why I try to teach people how to be signing agents. It's like this moment right here. I'm just so happy for you and your family. And thank you for walking us through that thought process, because like I said, I couldn't imagine trying to reinvent myself after 20 years. I mean, I couldn't imagine trying to figure out like what's next and only knowing one thing. And so let's inspire, you know, kind of going down that same length, especially someone who is active duty military, who knows nothing else. So are you telling everybody watching this that you were never a signing agent before you took my course? You never sold real estate. You were never an escrow officer. You were never a mortgage officer. You were active duty military for 20 years, had no experience, and now you're making $2,500 a month part-time.
Absolutely. Absolutely. No type of background in this business at all. My whole background's been logistics. That's what I've been doing for the last 19 years. Completely different. And no, absolutely no background at all. So completely new. But I decided to dive in and take a risk. And of course, I felt insecure. I felt scared. I thought maybe I wasn't going to have the answers when I went to an appointment. I thought, okay, maybe the clients are going to judge me. They're going to see, and they're going to think, oh my goodness, she doesn't know what she's talking about. It's just all those feelings, you know, that sometimes we just create in our heads, but they don't even make sense, because I know that I'm prepared. I've taken the training. I have the opportunity to review, and then at the same time understand that mistakes happen. They will happen. They have happened, but I'm still here and I'm still doing it. So yes, you can make corrections if you make a mistake. It's not the end of the world. So that's my biggest advice that I can give someone that's doing it. So somebody that's afraid of doing it, just do it. Just jump in, do it, take the risk. And if you mess up, fix it. If you make a mistake, just communicate and then fix it. It's okay. People are accepting. They understand. It's all about attitude at the end of the day, honestly. How you accept, you know, take that feeling. That mistake. Just make that phone call. Tell that person, hey, I'm sorry, I forgot a signature, or you know, whatever. Or if that loan officer or the escrow contacts you, okay, fix it right away, just like you say in your training.
Love it. I mean,
everybody's human.
You're dropping fire right now. So let's take this one step back. You know, could you say, Luisa, if you could be a signing agent, anyone currently in the active duty military can also become a successful signing agent?
Absolutely. Yes. Anybody. Yes. And I would love to see more active duty members doing it. Absolutely. I know that there's a need. I know that there's a lot of active duty members looking for that next thing. And sometimes they don't have that person that can encourage them. It's hard to find, really. So I've always just tried to talk to my people, my younger, especially younger people, and I try to encourage them. But I don't want to just talk. I want to show them. You know, I want to set that example as well. So I share them. I tell them, hey, this is what I'm doing. And they're like, wow, they're surprised. And they're like, how did you do it? And they start asking me questions and more becoming interested. And I'm like, I just want to let you know that there's so many possibilities out there. There's so much to do. And then this is, you know, I love what I'm doing now. And definitely I'm happy to share this with you. And if you want to come along, you know, I'll show you. And that's just, I mean, that makes me super happy, absolutely, to be able to do that, because it's life-changing. It really is. It really is. And I would love to be that person, definitely, that can mentor, inspire. I'm here definitely for anything, advice, anything. Because I'm going through it. So yeah.
And that's what you're doing right this moment, Luisa. You're giving back to the community. That's why I wanted to get you on to share your story. I mean, what the crazy part is, you know, before I asked you to get on, I didn't realize that, you know, that this is kind of what led you to retire, because you were scared of the future. Now you're no longer scared. Like, That is so awesome to hear. It makes me feel so happy that I do this. I'm so proud of you. I'm so, what I can't take credit for is your growth mindset, right? And Luisa, I can't be more proud that you have that. You take your mindset, your determination, your tenacity, and you enter it into the signing agent industry like it's over. This is it. Like you said, I mean, thank you again for your service. And and God bless our servicemen and women of this country. And I think you said it right when you say that there are options out there. Maybe an option is continue with the military, which is a beautiful thing. But also knowing that maybe if that's not a route, that there are other possibilities that could be a decision for you and your family. So it's not that there's a right or wrong decision, whether you continue with the military or not. It is that there's just options, and here are the options, and options
Yes.
are what makes life beautiful, right? And choices are what makes life beautiful. And you spreading that message of like, look, a signing agent is a phenomenal second career after your military service is over. I can't be more proud that you're a loan signing system family member, Luisa.
Thank you. Yes, definitely. I'm like super excited, and I can't wait to be able to join the 10,000 club and the 20,000 club. And I mean,
Let's
now,
go.
my goals are high.
Let's go. You got to dream big, like I teach. If you think normal's all you're ever going to get. You got a duty to dream big. You got a duty to think big. You have to think big to get big, Luisa. Let's go. I'm so proud of you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Hey, cool.
Appreciate it. And I appreciate the mentorship and everything that you're doing for us, because I mean, we stay encouraged because of all your words and the mentorships, and I mean, the page, I mean, helps us so much. Just every day I go through it and I see messages, and it's just inspiring, definitely. And if I'm able to inspire somebody, oh my God, absolutely.
You're doing that
Just
today,
any little
right?
thing that we
I
can
mean,
do.
even if you're not active duty military, right? It is, you're reinventing yourself after 20 years. Like, that's inspiring, period, right? And there are people who are watching this, whether they're active duty military or not, who want to take that risk to reinvent themselves. So you've known the logistics for 20 years, and now you have an outlook on life that from this interview, it seems like you couldn't be happier about what the next 20 years are going to be like.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Incredible. Like I said, if you had spoken to me 4 months ago, you would have found somebody different. This would have been a different conversation. This would have been like, okay, I don't know what I'm going to do with myself. So, wow, life can change real quick.
I love it.
And in my case, definitely, I mean, I'm just super excited about what the future is going to bring.
Okay, well, this is awesome. So let's take the next point of this to inspire people. So you've been a signing agent for a whole whopping 3 months, right? You're already doing $2,500 a month part-time, right? You're full-time active duty military. Let's take people, through your journey of income. And then let's take people through the day of just being, when you're serving your country, and then even being a signing agent and what that looks like.
We have to get up early, of course, get up early, show up to work in the Navy, so my day usually starts by 7 o'clock. I'm at work. Work until about 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Come home. Like I said, I still have, teenage children, so it's a little bit easier because mine are not little anymore, but I still have responsibilities as a parent, of course, especially right now with the whole COVID and them being at home. So you have to make sure that they're taking care of things at home with their homework and computer stuff and everything. So I have to put that in there as well. Mm-hmm. And then come home, and if I have orders, of course, which I do, of course, most of them are after work in the evening. So I come home, prepare my documents, change, and go to my appointments. Sometimes one, sometimes two in the evening if I'm able to, and then during the days off as well, if I can do 2 or 3 sometimes, absolutely. On a Friday evening, absolutely. Saturday morning, absolutely. Even on a Sunday, absolutely. When the opportunity comes, I take it.
I love it. I mean, you serve our country during the day, make money on the side evenings and weekends. So you work 7 to 4, you come back home, you print the docs from your home office, then you head out back on the road. Is that what I'm hearing?
Yes, absolutely.
Boom. And you just heard the day in the life of an active duty military and a part-time loan signing agent. I think it's a beautiful day, right? I mean, like I said, there's so many people in this current economy who would love a $2,500 a month part-time business. And you're doing this around this very honorable job of serving our country and now you're making $2,500 a month. I can't be happier to help you and your family achieve this. And like I said, next month I'm fully expecting you to make $4,000 to $5,000 a month part-time. This business is going to grow both on itself. How
Wow.
excited are you?
I am super excited. I am super excited. Absolutely. I mean, seeing the numbers, I mean, it's a great encouragement. Absolutely. It's not always about the money, but absolutely, why not?
I love it.
You know?
And this, I love these conversations because they're so organic. What I love about our conversation is, sometimes people come in these conversations with me who are part-time signing agents,
Mm-hmm.
and they just talk about how they're living paycheck to paycheck. Their bills are they're not covering their bills enough. But yours is completely different than that, right? Like you said, it's nothing about the money. It's more about like the next chapter. It's more about getting that like spark and zest for life again, right? It's more about that meaning. It's more about becoming a business owner, right? I think it's really cool. It's not about the money for you, right? This is about like becoming a better version of you. It's
Definitely.
about you growing.
Definitely numbers are good, money's good, but I'm going for the personal growth, the example that I can set. And of course, yeah, that money, be able to save that money and be able to say, hey, hey, I have a quite nice savings account. A lot of people don't focus on that. A lot of people, yeah, they need that money to pay their monthly bills. And it's great that you can do something like this so that you can get that money so you can cover your expenses. Absolutely. My particular case, absolutely. I want to build up my savings,
Well,
and
but
so that's
I think it's cool because I think everybody can use the extra money, obviously, right? I think that almost goes without saying, frankly. But I think what's beautiful about your story is this is more about personal growth. It's more about setting an example for your children. It's more about you, right?
oh
And I
yes.
don't want to say it's not about the money. Obviously, the money helps, but I love how that wasn't the leading factor of our story today. A lot of the
Correct.
stories that I share is all about, what the money can do for you. To me, it's like what this career has done for you as a person.
And it's doing a lot, really, because the confidence, that's huge. Confidence piece, especially, a lot of women, we tend to be a little bit insecure, a little bit, we lack a little bit of confidence. I don't know what it is, but sometimes that happens. And this has given me great confidence to really just being able to have that control, or just be able to, hey, it's really, yeah, we have the control of what we do with this business, like you say in so many of your mentorships, right?
Right.
If you're not getting the business, it's because you're not doing something, because the work is out there. You say that a lot, right? It's absolutely true. Whether it's the marketing or whatever it is, it's just you have the control over that, and that's huge. That's absolutely. I mean, I love that part of it too.
Love it. Luisa, like, I just want to say, like, I'm honored to know you. Like, this is amazing to know, like, you're now excited about this next chapter where so many people were scared of you. Like, I can't wait for it to happen.
Yes, yes. Oh
Okay.
yeah.
So let's talk about, get the day in the life out of a part-time signing agent talk through. Let's talk about, like, so you said you came as a signing agent, a loan signing system student in mid-April. What did your first 2 weeks, how much money did you make in your first couple of weeks or your first month of being a signing agent?
Yes, my first month I really began in mid-April, and I did about 6 signings. So I made about $500, honestly.
Okay, cool. So I love it. So you made your first $500 in your first couple of weeks. Like, what were you thinking at that point? Like, so your first month over, you made $500. Talk about like what emotions were you feeling? What were you feeling about this industry? Talk through kind of where you were after your first month.
It's pretty exciting when you start getting the offers, when you hear your phone, when you see the texts, and I wasn't trying to get caught up on the offer itself or how much money is that first one going to do. So I had a humbling moment. I'm going to be honest with you. The first month, I wasn't about the money. I wasn't about, okay, how much is each appointment or anything like that. I just wanted to get in and, get my feet wet and see how this is, how this happens, how this goes. Once I started, okay, I'm like my fifth, my sixth, I'm like, okay, I'm getting an idea of how this works, right? I had a moment where I was like, okay, well, maybe I was questioning the offers a little bit when it comes to like, okay, hey, this one's only for 60, this one's only for 80. So I would, in my head, I'm like, well, I want more. I want to get paid a little bit more. So I gotta say that I had a humbling moment because that was the month of April. The month of May, it slowed down a little bit for me. And I started questioning myself. I was like, oh, maybe I'm not getting offers. Maybe because I made a mistake. I didn't do something right. Maybe somebody said something bad about me. Maybe there's a review somewhere. And I was thinking, okay, so how do I know? So I started questioning, okay, can I go on SnapDocs? Can I do this? Can I get, and I couldn't find answers. So I started getting humbled and I'm like, okay, you know what? Let me go back. It's not about the 60, the 80, or the $100. It's about the process. I want to continue growing, but slowly. There's no rush. I don't have to do everything right now. So I started allowing myself to take the lower offers again. And because the whole point was to build practice, right? To build up my experience. And the only way I was going to do this is just not to focus on the money, just focus on the fact that they're giving me the opportunity to practice. So I focused on that in the month of May.
And I love
it. And I started getting better. So the month of May, I made double the amount of signings that I did in the month of April. Now we are in June. And then, the offers they've been crazy, right? Every day, all the time. Unfortunately, the offers are higher also. So, but that's definitely something that I want to advise to people. Don't focus on the money, especially when we're new. We have to get the experience.
I love it.
We have to go through the mistakes. We have to fix the mistakes. We have to go through that. You can't expect to get $200 every signing at the beginning. And I do see a lot of people that, they get caught up in that. And my advice is don't get caught up. Take your time.
That's right. Slow as the speed.
Absolutely.
Slow as the speed. That's LSS.
Slow as the speed. You're your own journey. You don't have to compare or compete with anybody else. I know you say this all the time, and I believe in that. Absolutely. I listen to what you say.
Yeah, it makes me feel good. I'm so proud of you. And this is like an epic. I'm just honored that an active duty military is taking the course and is making money from the system. And I couldn't be more happy that I'm helping you and your family and ultimately your future. This is amazing. So, you've been such full of wisdom so far and I love it. And so I want to keep digging into that brain of yours. I always ask students, what is one piece of advice you would give a new signing agent? In your case, I'm saying new because you're 3 months in, right? So what is a piece of advice you give a new signing agent to help grow their business?
Yes. So I understand the feeling, the insecurity, or the feeling, the fear of just doing that first signing. I've been there. So what I have to say is just do it. Just go for it. Jump in. It's okay. It's okay to do it. It's okay. Even if you don't have all the answers at the beginning, it's okay. It's all about your attitude. It's all about how you present yourself. Because at the end of the day, other people, that's really, how it's about your attitude, really. I mean, you don't have to second guess yourself. You've done the training, we're doing the training, we're reviewing. It's gonna take time to be the best. You don't get to be the best overnight, but you still have to take that first step. If you don't take the step, then what are you doing? If you don't take that first step, you're never gonna get to where you need to. So you just gotta get out there and do it.
I love it. So let's go a little bit deeper. You said something I thought was interesting, and I want to kind of dive into a little bit deeper. It's like, you said you were scared, right? You used that word a few times throughout today. And so, what I want to say is what I hear in there is a little bit of self-doubt, right? And what did you doubt, right? And I think now, you're beyond capable of being an amazing signing agent. So there are some signing agents right now that I want to speak to, Luisa, who also doubt themselves, right? And that's why I bring up self-doubt is you're not the only new signing agent or person, period, to have these negative thoughts and these ideas, like you said earlier in this interview, that just really aren't true. So I want to dig into those deeper though. So what were you scared of? What were you doubting? So another person who has doubt is like, dude, Luisa, I was thinking of the same thing. I'm glad you said that.
Mm-hmm. I was scared of making a mistake. I was scared of everything, honestly, from the most basic, which is printing it, from printing the paperwork, the paperwork, the wrong, the wrong paper, the wrong size paper, from not knowing how to set up the printer, from not knowing or forgetting to maybe, sometimes, there's issues with the printer, maybe, sometimes the whole package will not print completely. Not having enough time sometimes to review the paperwork before we have to go to an appointment, because that happens a lot. And then, not knowing all the paperwork, not knowing how to explain it, not being able to answer a question that the customer has. I mean, plenty of reasons to be scared, honestly.
Yeah, cool. So look, you probably just rattled off everything a new signing agent is scared about, nervous about, overwhelmed about. But now that you're 3 months in, do you find that there aren't that many printing issues? There aren't that many questions you can't answer. You're not missing that many signatures. So a lot of those thoughts and fears you had, did they really come to fruition as being a signing agent?
They did not. It's just normal to be afraid when you don't have experience, when you're doing something new. But it's okay. I mean, everybody's going to be okay. You're going to be fine. Just do it. Just keep going, keep trying, keep getting better at your craft, because that's what time and experience does, right? We just get better as we know more. And there's really nothing to be afraid of. You just gotta keep trying. And then if you find yourself without an answer or anything like that, it's okay. That's what the network is for, to be able to ask those questions or make those phone calls when you need to. Not everybody has all the questions or all the answers.
Yeah, and I think you said something right. Like what I teach you guys, like if you don't have the answers, call the loan officer. Like your job isn't to explain. Your job is to generally describe. But like you just said, and I think you talk about a fear a lot of new signing agents have, is like, oh my gosh, I'm not going to be ready for the 4,000 questions the borrowers have. Guess what? They don't ask 4,000 questions. You know what I mean? And then if there's a question that arises you can't answer, well, you just get the loan officer on the phone, right? And so a lot of the fears that you have are normal. And I love that you talk through the fact that a lot of the fears really didn't come to fruition, because sometimes we make up these things in our own mind because we're brand new with something. And like you said, experience is our best teacher. I mean, sure, did you make a mistake? Of course, right? But it's something you can't take accountability for and fix. No one gets mad at you. They just fix it. But experience is our best teacher. And sometimes when people were afraid in the beginning, we're afraid of the unknown. But I love how you're telling everyone the unknown really isn't that bad. We make it worse in our own minds than the actual signing is, right?
Mm-hmm. Oh yes, absolutely, absolutely. We make it up in our mind. That's the worst part, honestly, more than the reality. Honestly, yeah.
I love it. I love it. Well, thank you. We'll wrap up this interview, Luisa. I think you inspired not just active duty militaries, but look, you're a mom who's reinventing herself 20 years into her career, whether you're active duty military or not. Mm-hmm. There are people looking to make career changes midlife. And the fact that you're not only excited about the next 20 years, you can't freaking wait for the next 20 years to start. And so, let me just kind of end with this last question. Is there any inspirational words you would leave this conversation with to maybe inspire someone right now who's thinking about being a signing agent and maybe being nervous about seeing a signing agent, or, maybe a loan signing system student who hasn't taken their first signing, or any words of inspiration you want to leave this interview with?
Yes, definitely be open-minded. There's a lot of potential in this business. This is legit. This is not a scam. This is not a game. This is not Mark trying to make money. This is not like that. It's understandable sometimes to have doubts at the beginning when we do not know what this is all about. But after you see so many people saying and being a testimony that this is real, that there's the potential for growth, that there's potential to become, your own business, to own your own business, you have to listen to people, really, and you have to give it a try, because you're never going to know until you try it, until you do it. And if you like this kind of line work, if you feel like, hey, you like working with people, if you like to make money, if you like to learn, give yourself the opportunity to do that, and ask, just ask questions. I mean, use the network that we have here, like we're a big family and we help each other. And it's important to have a mentor. It's important to feel like you're not doing this by yourself. That's huge, absolutely. And so that's my biggest advice. Just give yourself a chance, and this is real, definitely.
I love it. I love it. Luisa, I'll tell you this much. I will see you in the 5K club part-time. And thank you so much for your service to our country. I cannot say thank you more. It's just such a blessing that I've been able to help you with your next chapter. And thank you so much. Hopefully you're going to conference since it is in San Diego.
I am going, absolutely. Oh,
okay,
yes.
Beautiful.
I am
and so
definitely going.
Give me a hug. I will see you in a couple months. Thank you so much. Bye.
Thank you, Mark. I appreciate it, Mark. Thank you.